Hey, what's going on, everybody? Commander Crane here, and we are back with another episode of the Alabastard podcast. So I'm joined with a relatively similar crew as last time. We'll just go ahead and talk about everybody here. So I am once again joined with Landon. Landon, how are you doing today?
Doing great, doing great.
All right, that's great. I hope you're doing great because we're gonna do the podcast today. So Landon was a first timer in the last episode, and obviously is returned for this one. And same as Ray. Ray's first episode was in the last one, and is also a returning person. How are you doing, Ray?
Doing well. Hopefully, I won't make any card mistakes this time.
That's fine. We I feel like we all do. Like we all know so many
Right.
different cards. We just kind of lose track of which specific cards. But I'm also joined
Right.
with Cody. Cody missed, I want to say, just the last episode, but is back once again. How are you doing, Cody?
I'm doing great.
All right, all right. So the other thing I have to mention with this too, is there's a chance that we could have Hunter and Ryan back in this. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be the case. I know that we kind of scheduled when we were going to be doing the podcast, so they could be back, they could not be. I don't know, which we'll figure that out. But I know at least Hunter had one card that he wanted to talk about, which I might talk about it in place of him. But let's go ahead and hop into it. So this is the 6th episode of the Alabastard podcast, and the 6th episode is just labeled MTG Hot Takes and Edge of Eternity Spoilers. So we each picked one Edge of Eternity card that we want to talk about. So as of the recording of this video, spoiler season is still going for pretty much a whole nother week before we actually get the entire set, but there's still a lot of really, really spicy cards that have been spoiled that we're all going to talk about. We're also going to talk about MTG Hot Takes. So what I mean by this was Landon's idea after we recorded the last episode, was like, we should like all try to find an episode where we try to disagree, because normally we all typically agree on like just MTG related things, and we're trying to find some topics where we intentionally disagree, and not necessarily argue in like a bad way, but as more of just like a, I disagree with you, you disagree with me, we're not going to agree on this thing, but at least we can kind of give our reasoning. And then we're also going to do the channel member Q&A that we also like to do. So let's go and talk about the Edge of Eternity picks. So there's a lot of spicy cards in this set. It just feels like a really good blend of cards that people from casual, aspects are gonna like, but also people that are like us, where we've been playing for years now, and we like all these cards that are souped up for Standard and Pioneer, or even Modern or Legacy in that case. So let's go and hop into it here. So the first card that I have to talk about here is Landon's pick, which is Timeline Color. I think this card is pretty good, and I think a lot of people do. I guess, what are your opinions on this card, and why did you pick this card to talk about?
Well, I'm a lover of sacrifice decks, and this card has got sacrifice written all over it. When I look at this card, I think of two other cards. I think of the more obvious one. I think is Bloodghast, because it's another black creature that can be returned from the graveyard, and I also think of Gravecrawler, because it's another card that you can cast for one black mana from your graveyard, sacrifice it to something else, and then immediately cast it again. So I don't know. I feel like there's going to be a lot of opportunity for this card, like in Standard, as well as other formats that I've yet to fully think about. But just right off the bat in Standard, there's a lot of sacrifice support in Standard. The more cards they print with the longer rotation, the more the more any deck really becomes viable. But I think I'm just picturing casting this card as a 2/2 with haste for one mana, and then also getting additional value off it by sacrificing it to something else, and then immediately doing it again for one mana. So when you think about warp, it's easy to like, it's kind of confusing at first. But with a card like this, you don't have to even worry about what the warp says. It basically just says you can cast this from your graveyard, and then you can like sacrifice it to whatever you want, and then continue to cast it from your graveyard by paying 2 life and 1 mana. So I think this card's really going to make a splash in the Roots decks in Standard, because it's just a really easy Roots trigger. I think there might be some sacrifice stuff going on, some white-black, some red-black. They literally just printed Sephiroth, which is like a totally nuts sacrifice outlet. So I don't know. I'm like super pumped to play this card, because Bloodghast is one thing. It gets haste eventually, and you have to have other cards in order to bring it back. But this one, you have to have lands to bring back Bloodghast. But this one, you don't have to have anything else. It just comes back by paying mana and life, and it's also just a 2/2 with haste for 2 mana. So I don't know. What do you guys think about this card?
But Landon, this isn't even a goblin.
Wait, what?
So it's not even a goblin.
Okay, never mind. Take it back. Cut that from the podcast. No, I know. Okay, it's sad, right? Like all my 2 mana lord is rotating in November. Okay, I have to cling on to what I have here. There are 0 goblins in Edge of Eternities. I was hoping to at least see like Space Family Goblinson from what was that set? Unhinged or something, whatever. I was like, come on, let's get some space goblins in here, but they're not giving me anything, so I gotta pick a black card. Not where I want to be, but we make sacrifices.
Fair enough.
No, I think this card's
cool
I think this card's just really good. I don't know what it is with Wizards of the Coast wanting so many different like cheap black recursive threats like Bloodghast, Timeline Color, Forsaken Miner. Like they just really want like mono black aggro to be good. I don't know. But I think this card's good. Like when I first saw it, I was just kind of thinking like, wow, this is a pretty insane uncommon. I mean, obviously paying the life, especially with cards like, like the Last Ride or something like that in Standard could be pretty interesting. This just seems like a card that if a control deck isn't playing exile effects, like they're just going to lose to this card. I don't know if a lot of decks are going to have an answer. And like, I know, was it Temporary Lockdown is also rotating. So I guess, I mean, if the deck ever became good, there is a card like Rest in Peace in the format, I guess. But I don't know. I think this card's just pretty nuts. I think it's sweet.
Are we going to wait to talk about the black sack outlet creature?
I didn't even pull that one up, but if you want to talk about it right now is the perfect time.
Yeah, just
briefly, I was going to bring it up because this card and that card is just money.
Yeah.
So for 1 mana, you get a Surveil 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the mono black deck is going to be very good coming along, regardless of the hate with Rest in Peace.
What's the name of this card?
Yeah, Umbral Caller Zealot. It's a 2 mana 3/2, and it has sacrifice another creature or artifact, Surveil 1. A super pushed sacrifice outlet, I feel like, because you're filling your graveyard while you're sacrificing things that want to be in the graveyard.
You can just
2 mana 3/2.
You can surveil more Timeline Colors.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yep.
And they're 2/2s with haste. Like, I don't know.
Also
you can just be aggressive.
Also worth noting with even if you just stick with like the mono black plan, like, or even just if you go like black white, there's a lot of really good 1/1 creatures in Standard that when they die they replace themselves. Like I know in Foundations there's the elf that makes like the 1/1 flying insect, and then there's like the nesting bot, which you also would get to play Bartolome. I mean, it could be pretty good.
Aren't a lot of good ones in red though?
I think there were
like there's.
Which one is in red?
There is Stadium
there's a
Headliner
couple
is the best one.
Oh.
Stadium Headliner is the best one because it makes tokens every turn. There's Clockwork Percussionist, which gives you a card when it dies.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Those are probably the best red 1-drops for sacrifice decks. But there's also
the one that draws you a card
Linebreaker.
probably very good.
Yes, Nezumi Linebreaker is kind of like the same as that elf from Foundations, except it doesn't make a flyer; it makes a mercenary token from Outlaws. But are you talking about the gnomes, the one that draws you a card? Because there's also that gnomes card from
there's the white nesting bot. I think no, it's not nesting bot because it's not the rare. It's the bottle gnomes.
Wait, is it? Well, bottle gnomes
not
is the
bottle
old
gnome.
card, right?
Oh yeah, not bottle gnomes, but
but
it's the old one. But there's like another like 1 mana, like an artifact creature, 1/3. When you sack it, you like surveil, gain 1, and then
Market.
I don't know if it's not Standard, but
it is.
Market Gnome.
It was in Ixalan. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's good.
So it's still in Standard. You can play like a white black sack stuff, and you can offset some of the paying of the 2 life with that card because you can play it to gain 1, then sack it to gain 1. I think because it has 2 effects.
And then we just
Ixalan's
raise the
gonna be
past.
rotating though.
No, Ixalan's staying.
Rotating. Oh, it is.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was on the list. Are you sure?
Yep, it's just it's March Aftermath, Phyrexia, Brothers War, and Dominaria United.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we get Raise the
Yeah,
Past
that's
though,
how many
guys.
sets they're printing.
Ooh,
Crazy.
and Raise the Past.
I'm in.
That's an
We might
option.
have a new Rally
Oh,
the
shoot.
Ancestors deck coming along.
Well, the deck existed for a while, and I mean, you get 2 Bartolome, like you get 8 copies of Bartolome essentially because you have the new 2 mana sack outlet. This one's
Yeah, so
arguably better though
white
because
black might be the way to go with this guy.
oh, dude, wait, is what is the dog, the 1/1 menace dog, like surveils whenever a power 2 or less creature enters?
Oh, the Gnarling
Yeah,
Hound or whatever.
the
Is
black
that
dog.
rotating? Is that card
Gnarling
rotating?
Scarhound? I don't remember. That's
Gorehound?
it's in I know it's an MKM.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, that sounds so good with like this whole package because you're just surveilling
Yeah.
with your sacrifice outlet. You're surveilling when your color enters again. You're surveilling constantly, and then raise the past. And that might actually be kind of sick now.
Now what I'm thinking too is, what if you have an easy splash for the green and just play Roots? Like
Yeah,
you
that's what I was saying. Like timeline color is
done.
a roots trigger every turn.
But guys,
Yeah,
Yeah,
guys, our
Root's
man,
multiple
pretty good.
times.
but guys, our mana base isn't going to be very good. We only are going to have Shocklands.
Oh
Darn
no.
it.
No, we won't have all of them, but yeah, I think honestly, there's a lot to do with this card, and really just I think Sack in general with Sephiroth, obviously, and all these new cards that's coming out. It's definitely worth exploring into. I think there's definitely some opportunity there. All right, so let's go and
I'm
hop into the
working
next.
on it.
Right. All right, let's go and hop into the next cards. So I honestly don't even remember who has the next card. It's Ray. Ray, you do. You chose
Oh,
Siege
cool.
Ship Brood Tender. Talk about this card. I think this card's
Yeah.
awesome.
So this card, it's a 2 mana 2/3, but it's a green and a black. So and it has the ETB mill 3 cards. So it's already got a decent stat line, but then for 5 mana you can sack it, and then you get to reanimate it or a spacecraft. So and there's so many different spacecrafts. If you just throw them in the yard, this is a way to cheat them into play. So I'm pretty excited to play this and some other like mill strategies and just pull out I'm not even splashing for like a bomb. Like it's kind of like the combo omniscience kind of thing where it's like I'm not playing omniscience or no Grease Fang. That's where I'm getting it from. It's kind of like a Grease Fang where you just dump everything in the yard, then pull it out, and then you can combo this with there's an enchantment that surveils one and then reanimates for 4.
Yeah,
The
Broodheart
green
engine.
black as well. Yeah,
Broodheart
Broodheart
engine.
engine.
You know,
Yeah, so
I'm
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yes, I was
What's
gonna
up?
say. I was gonna say. You know, what we could play this on
What?
Abs and Roots.
Yeah, see, we can play this Abs and Roots. If you see, I told you my brain's working on it. I've got stack outlets, we got mill cards, we got reanimate. It's gonna be value city.
5 is kind of a lot for a reanimate, though.
But it's free.
I agree, but if we're playing all the cards that are 1 and 2 and manas and such like that, it'd be something that we can do. But plus, it also doesn't require him to tap. So if you have 7 mana, you can just be like, "Dirt, do it all." Oh, yeah, because the Roots deck, it plays everything that's like under 3 mana, so you can do multiple things a turn. And then this would give us a way to just be a little bit more consistent.
Yeah, and it gives you something to do with your mana. I mean, how
Oh,
grindy the format is. Getting this ability on a 2/3 that you already have. You're really playing it for the mill, and I mean, just having extra ability is always handy.
It's also a new
Yeah.
insect for Grist.
Oh,
That is true. It is a new insect for Grist.
Put
Very
together your Grist
synergistic
deck.
insect for Grist.
Yeah. And it can
Especially if you're
reanimate
playing on
Grist.
Earth.
it
Mhm.
can reanimate Grist. All right,
Exactly.
Grist, I'm in.
I don't know what format we're doing this in.
Any format.
modern.
This will
Any
slot really
format.
nice into my Insect Citizen
Commander.
Commander deck. Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
I
it's
do have a Grist commander deck. I would play this card.
yeah. I mean, it seems free. It's
Yeah.
free.
It's free.
All right, let's
There
go
are
and hop.
very, very few good insects.
Yeah, there's
True.
the only other good one is the other Grist.
I'll say I pulled up a couple other
I
cards
think-
too. If we swing back and I can pull
I
up a
think,
different card.
I think you're forgetting about Xanthid Swarm.
Xanthid Swarm, dude. I love that
Ooh.
card.
Yeah.
Give me that in
That's a good
standard.
one.
I like that. I'll take
For
it.
no reason.
That card's toxic.
It's-
Control already sucks.
Would you believe me if I told you I put a Rancor on a Xanthid Swarm many a times?
I believe you.
You should.
I don't know if it's many a times, but I've seen it at least once.
I used to play it in Maverick back in the day, just to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
I just want to play Giant Adaphage.
Giant. Oh, I played that back in the day too. Oh my gosh.
I still play that. That's in my wife's commander deck.
Giant Adaphage. I found it in the dollar binder at my local game store in like 2016, and was like, "Oh my god, I gotta put this in my green deck." So I put it in my green ramp deck. I got it to pop off like one time, I think.
You can spend 7 mana on casting the Seed Ship, Brood Tender, and reanimating your Giant Adaphage. Or you can just pay 7 mana for your Giant Adaphage.
Power creep. All right, let's go to hop into the next one. So the next pick is Cody's pick, which is Frenzied Baloth, the casual all-star. Well, soon to be casual all-star. But why did you want to talk about this card?
It's just you get a lot, and it seems like there's a lot you can do with it. You know, and it's pretty aggressively costed. You green for a 3/2, and it can't be countered. Trample, pays. Creatures you control can't be countered. Damage can't be prevented. It's like kind of reminds me of like a mini questing beast, you know. And it seems like it's just gonna be a sweet aggressive card. It's probably gonna slot into some I don't know, devotion decks maybe, or just some aggro type decks.
Working.
Was that Hunter?
It looks like it's already pre-ordering for like $17, so I think you're on to
Goddamn.
something here.
Yeah.
Same
Nice.
thing everyone else
Is
does.
this, there we go.
I guess I'm not the
Yeah.
only one that feels that way.
I feel like
Oh,
I
no,
heard.
it's
I
a
feel like I
beast.
heard Hunter. Am I crazy?
No.
Yeah, no, he's here.
Oh, Hunter, what's going on,
Yeah,
man?
I heard something.
Sorry not to be fashionably late as always, but
Hey, better late than never. We're talking about Frenzied Baloth. What are your thoughts?
oh, is that the 3/2?
Oh, it's the
Yeah.
3/2.
Yeah.
It is
The-
You are
3/2.
talking about.
Oh, dude, that bailout. I'm honestly very happy to see a card like that get printed because make green decks great again.
Amen.
I agree. I like green.
So
yeah, they were so bad before. Good point.
So my initial thoughts with this card is as someone who loves to play bad green cards or green cards that are kind of like slightly, aggressive. This is a card that I'm telling you, like it's going to be, 5 years from now when this card's rotated, this card is still going to be like a $6, $7, $8 card. And you're going to be asking yourself, why is this card like $8? It's because all the casual players that just like build decks like, okay, I need a 5-drop in my green deck. Oh, Elder Gargoth, that's like the best one. They're going to need a 2-drop. And Frenzied Baloth is pretty much probably the best green 2-drop that we've seen in quite some time. Like their friend who plays like mono blue is going to like hit them with one too many mana leaks and they're going to be furious. So they're just going to go like impulse buy 4 of these on TCG Player and just take the guy to the cleaners. But yeah,
Other than like ramp cards, you'd probably rather have ramp on 2, but
don't tell them
I'm not
that.
playing ramp.
But yeah,
Ramp on 2, you have a ramp on 1. You have elf.
That's true.
I also do think
Elf
this
in the
card is.
discount.
I do think this card's pretty hot with Aspect of Hydra though in Pioneer.
Yeah.
Like it also has Trample, so like you don't have to have the downside of like, oh wait, my opponent blocked my 3/3 for 2. Well darn.
Right.
Like this just
Yeah.
tramples right through.
Yeah,
And it-
we might get to see like an aggro version of Devotion. I mean, Devotion was always like kind of aggro, I guess, but like more low to the ground kind of aggro, I guess.
Yeah, like your
Yeah.
traditional Coco like Steel Leaf Stompy version.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll be playing this in Coco all the time.
It's some
Oh, yeah.
blue-white control players like in Standard and Pioneer, they're gonna get got by this card a few times. Like they're gonna hold up, they're like, all right,
Oh, yeah.
I've got him with my No More Lies, and then they're just like, boom. Oh,
Boom.
well, I'm taking 3, and then the next turn, boom, another. This is another one. Ooh,
No,
cool. Now I'm
also-
taking 6.
Another one.
Yep. Also, it attacks through Sylvan Caryatid because it's an 0/3.
I'm in.
It's a 2-drop that can actually get through the main blocker in any deck that's trying to go above 4 mana.
Also, that one new player that's like, oh man, Eli plays all these aggressive creatures. I'm gonna put in some fogs. Combat damage can't be prevented.
Oh yeah.
Got him. I remember when I got
Nice fog, idiot.
I remember when I got somebody with that
Yeah.
at the Pioneer 1K that we went to, Ray, with Questing Beast. Someone
Yeah, I
like
remember
the Simic Nexus players like fog. I'm like, yep. Okay, my turn. I'm like,
Cool.
okay, so move to damage. You're dead. What? Combat damage can't be prevented.
Reading the
Oh
card.
yeah, that was with the
unfortunately
questing
explains the
beast, wasn't
card.
it?
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like when
you just
somebody
slammed a questing beast.
it's like when somebody blocks your questing beast with their true name, it's like, okay, cool, it's dead.
Yo.
I've seen that. I've actually seen that happen in person in paper. It was the funniest thing. I was at an SEG event and this guy was playing like this I want to say it was either Bant or it was Abzan like toolbox deck, and the dude like green suns for 5, grabbed a beast and swung, and the guy just goes block. He like immediately throws the true name in front. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
it dies. Oh shit.
Got him.
So, all right.
That's a lesson you only have to learn once, I think.
Yes. All right, let's go
Yep.
and hop into the next pick. So the next pick I believe is mine, and yes, it is. It's Nova Hellkite. I think this card's crazy. So, 4 5 for 5, Flying Haste Dragon. When this creature enters, it deals 1 damage to target creature an opponent controls, and then for Warp, 2 and a red, you can cast it from your hand for its Warp cost, exile it at the beginning of your next end step, then you may cast it from exile on a later turn. So, I think that this is the best 5 mana Flying Haste Dragon we've seen since Goldspan. Although it is a completely different card than Goldspan. The decks that are going to want this is like your big red and like your aggro decks. Those are the decks that are going to want a card like this. One thing I've always found very tricky to do is, as someone who enjoys dragons and playing dragon decks, I've always struggled to find a true 3-drop dragon. Because the problem is with dragons is like, you have like the hatchling cards that are like 0-1s and 1-1s and they just have fire breathing and they're not really that good. And you can't really do like a good 3-mana dragon, because in a perfect world, I always used to say a 3-mana dragon that has like either haste or can gain haste potentially, but also you kind of want it to have like 4 toughness, because you kind of want it to survive like Anger of the Gods and Slag Storm and stuff like that. So I've always thought it was tricky for them to balance a 3-mana dragon essentially. The first one that I really remember us getting was Stingerback Terror, because you could plot it for 3, so it was kind of like your 3-drop dragon in a way. But like this is like a true 3-drop dragon. I mean, sure, you can only hit him with it 1 time, and then obviously you need to go to 5 mana to be able to cast it again. The ETB is really just not that good. I kind of wish it was any target. I mean, because at least it was it could kind of be like a Thundermaw Hellkite where you just ping them for 1, or maybe hit their Planeswalker that they just minused or whatever. I don't know. I think this card is really sweet. So far, it is my favorite card from the set, but what are your guys' opinions on Nova Hellkite?
I was just gonna say that when I think of a good cheap dragon, I think of Sprite Dragon, but it barely feels like a dragon.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like a dragon.
Yeah, you're not really.
Same goes for like the legendary 3-drop dragon that deals with artifacts. It's like a 5/5 for 3, but you can't swing with it.
Gadrick the Crown Scourge.
Yeah, Gadrick. I was like, it's a dragon for 3 mana, but it doesn't do anything.
But yeah, unless you have like 3 artifacts, it can't even attack or block. Maybe it's attack and block. Maybe it's just attack. I can't remember.
No, this dragon seems dope though, and it definitely seems right up your alley. It seems like something you'd like.
Here's the real question, and this is a serious question. Does this trigger up the Beanstalk if you cast it for its warp cost?
Absolutely.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, because it looks at its like actual mana cost. Beanstalk.
Yep.
I'm in.
Top right corner, that's all that matters.
Oh.
Yep.
All right, so I think I know what I'm going to be playing when the set comes out.
But is warp casting it, or is it like an ability?
It is a cast. It says you may cast this card.
It is a cast. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to decide if you want to play Dragonhawk or Nova Hellkite, because I feel like Dragonhawk is like the go-to 5-mana dragon right now, isn't it? Or is there another one like in standard at least?
A lot of people typically play. There's honestly there's three. There's Dragonhawk, there's Terror of the Peaks, and there's Bonehorde Dracosaur.
Where the hell are you
Oh,
guys
that's
finding
right.
these people playing dragons? Because I haven't seen one ever.
Well, ever since they printed all the dragon cards in what was it, Dragonstorm?
Yeah, I guess some people try dragon decks. I didn't think they kind of stuck around. Do you still see them?
I've been playing dragons a little bit. There's the sneaky card that no one really ever talks about is Carnelian Orb of Dragonkind that was printed in Foundations. For those who don't know, because you might not, it's 2 and a red for an artifact. You tap it for a red mana. If the mana was spent to cast a dragon, the dragon gains haste until end of turn. So I was doing some shenanigans with Carnelian Orb of Dragonkind, and then like you'd give your Bone Hordes and your Terror of the Peaks haste. So I mean, I was, and you know, you obviously get like Invasion of Tarkir. It was really just a fun deck. It really wasn't me trying to like spike anything. It was just like, man, I want to play some dragons.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I played a it was like a Jund dragon combo deck with Terror of the Peaks and the Red Calamity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
just saddle up the Calamity and then attack and then kill somebody at 20. So, because it would create 2 copies of Terror of the Peaks. So the first one would deal 10, the second one would deal, 5, and then or 10 and then 10 or something like that. So it would just one-shot somebody when you made 3 Terror of the Peaks.
Wow, it's kind of dickish. No.
Yeah, before damage too. So it's like you're swinging for, what is it, 4 and then 14 with just that one. So you crew it up, swing it, make 2 copies, deal them 20, and then you're also swinging for 14.
Sheesh. Hunter, I know you're a big red guy. What are your thoughts on this card?
I am actually excited to see how good it is. It seems like it's really good, especially in, Standard and Pioneer. We have the ye old 1-drop elf that you can still play. So being able to just go warp this on turn 2 and then being able to play it on like turn 4 or 5 later, it just seems good. I honestly think pretty much all of the warp cards are gonna be really good because they're just it's a cheap spell that just comes back later.
It's gonna
Like
warp standard.
all the warp cards to me I think are going to be really really good. But I do like the red dragon very very much because I'm, just a humble red mage, and I am also honestly very excited to go turn 2 Nova Hellkite and smash people down with it. I'm actually going to be building a deck once it all hits arena.
Yep.
I think it's just good. I really like this card. Not even just because it's a dragon. If it was like a phoenix or if it was a whatever else, be fine. Like I think the card's awesome. It just helps that it's a dragon. And Raymond Swanland's also an awesome artist. So okay,
It's cool. It's cooler that it's a dragon though.
yes,
Yeah, it's one of those kinds of cards where you're like happy to see it in your opening hand because you can play it for cheap, but you can also be happy about drawing it later in the game because it's still a 5-mana beater.
Yeah, and it also has haste too, so you might actually get 8 damage before your opponent even removes it.
Yeah, sorcery speed removal be damned.
Yeah.
So-
Also, the one thing that people or I thought about that you guys didn't mention was that new green 1-drop that just came out that has like a reach, death touch, and like vigilance or something. It's a 1/1 for 1 green. It's
Yeah,
like Dragon Slayer. This card beats Dragon Slayer
boom.
because it just shoots it for 1. Because I don't think it has protection from dragons.
Okay. Yeah, honestly, like the 1 damage is not like always going to be great, but like picking off like a Might, a Llanowar Elf, a Bob, like there's going to be some good X1s that you could pick off with this.
Yeah, it's gonna be if you're playing it on 3 and you're getting in for damage and killing a thing, it's gonna feel pretty good.
Imagine the dream of like you go elf on 1, your opponent goes elf on 1, and then you warp this, pick off their elf, and smack them for 4.
Game's over.
Yeah.
Game's over. The game is over.
Probably, yeah.
So okay,
Let's say that.
No, say go ahead, Ray.
I was gonna say that's pretty brutal. It goes back to the like energy formats where it's like whoever goes first wins. So it's a nice little die roll format if we go back to like the mid range, like up to the the Glory Boy days.
Glory
Gruul
Bringer and Nova
Dragon's Mirror.
Hellkite. Both sick cards.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go and hop into the last
So-
one here. So, the last card we have to talk about is Hunter's Pick, which, Hunter, you chose Plasma Bolt. Talk to us about Plasma Bolt.
Plasma Bolt is a 1-mana red sorcery that says deal 2 damage to any target, but it also says void. It deals 3 damage instead if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or if a spell was warped this turn. And this is lightning bolt at home. I've been waiting for them to put some type of significant lightning bolt into standard Pioneer, and it's going to be very difficult to get the 3 damage all of the time, but in the decks that you're going to be playing it in, it's not going to be an unreasonable thing to be able to activate the 3 damage mode on it. And it's lightning bolt. It says it right there. It says 3 damage to any target. So I will be playing burn in every format for the rest of forever, just to let you guys know.
So, Hunter, I have one word to say with Plasma Bolt. Kumano.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's sweet. I didn't even think about that.
That was my first thought, was like, okay, what I mean, other than like our opponents like removing our creatures, how can we feasibly get the void cost on this? Yeah, Kumano, like flip a Kumano. Boom.
If flipping Kumano does in fact do that, that's really good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're gonna be
You
cooking.
know what else is good with this card? Nova Hellkite.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm it.
Also, what would be good with this card would be the mobilize creatures.
Oh god, yeah. Oh no, but they go in end step though.
Yeah, they'd have the
Oh.
tokens. You'd have to do something with the tokens before they die to do it.
Hey, we got Jun Sacrifice. You can bring back that guy, pay 2 life, sack him, bolt you.
I'm in.
I mean, Rakdos.
Sold.
Who needs green?
You could just play like Rakdos aggro in standard. You could just play the
Oh,
2/2
you
for 2
absolutely
that
could.
Landon talked about. Forsaken Miner, Plasma Bolt,
Undead Sprinter.
Bob.
Huh?
Undead Sprinter. Oh my god, I forgot about that card. That card's awesome.
Alesha. Alesha.
Oh
Sick.
man, is Blood Crypt on the lands that's coming out in the set? I actually don't know.
I don't know either. I
It's
think so.
It's allied colors, right?
let me look at a magic card. I don't know if that's an ally or not.
Oh, no, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Crypt.
Actually, funny enough, I don't have a magic card by me because so as of the record of this video, I'm like moving in a day and a half, so like all my magic cards are like currently packed up. So I actually don't have any magic near me. I'm getting cold sweats because of it, but anyways. So all right, Hunter, any closing thoughts on Plasma Bolt before we hop into the meat of this episode?
No, honestly, like I'm just really excited to play the card. It's Lightning Bolt at home, but we finally have a Lightning Bolt at home for Standard and for Pioneer. And it's gonna be good at some point. Somebody's gonna find a way to break it, or I'm gonna flip Kamano and throw 3 of those at somebody's face and make them very unhappy at some point. It's gonna be great.
It's one of those things where if it happens to me, like it's like one of those things where if you just like double Plasma Bolt me, I'm not gonna be like happy or sad or mad, but I'm gonna be like, damn, he did it. He wanted it and he got it.
We got it. We did it. We did the thing. That's what the plan is.
Real quick, I wanted to do a honorable mention for reroute systems because this card seems really sweet.
Which one's reroute systems?
That's gives indestructible or 2 damage to a tap creature.
Oh, the white instant? Yeah, for 1 white. I think that card is awesome.
Yeah, the card seems really good.
Like I'm a big fan of like sideboard protection spells, and that's just like hot. I mean, sure, you don't get the hexproof, so sometimes you're gonna get beat by like an exile or a bounce effect, but like you're just gonna steal combat so many times with that. Also, how funny is it like if your opponent like tries to like accelerate with a land of Elf, you can like randomly pick it off or something like that. I don't know. I just find that kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
It's a Hammer Time card too. I feel like Hammer Time players are going to want to give their artifacts and creatures indestructible, and then also just kill stuff like block. Or I guess it doesn't really kill blockers, but
Oh man,
I was
yeah.
gonna say, if
Since it's,
possible, I do have another honorable mention.
yeah, for sure.
It's a blue. It's the blue Momendion, the right hand. It's like MM Memnon. It's a 5-mana legendary jellyfish advisor. It's like 2 blue and 3. It's got flying. It's a 3/4, and it has like that future sight text. You can look at the top card of your library at any time. You can cast artifact spells from the top of your library, and then it has the Urza text where it's like artifacts can tap for blue,
Yes.
but only to cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand. I think this in like a bluish warp deck where you just play a bunch of artifacts and then like a blue-white artifact shell, and then you're like, I'll warp this, then I'll cast it, and so you can almost double your mana on some turns.
So what you're telling me is we're investing in Simulacrum Synthesizer, like I've been saying for months now, right?
Yes.
I
You
think
had me at jellyfish.
yeah, jellyfish like sounds fake, but
It
no.
does, but he's an advisor.
Ooh.
I wouldn't take advice
yep.
from a jellyfish. I don't know.
I really do like Simulacrum Synthesizer. I think that card, like, I remember making a video on it a while ago about how I think the card is so underrated and it's gonna like be broken in half very soon. And I think with really just the last few sets, with the amount of like affinity for artifact cards we've gotten and just like really good artifact synergy cards, I would not be surprised if that card is not everywhere in the upcoming standard format, or really just all formats for the most part. But all right, well, let's go and hop into the meat of this episode, which, after all, is the Magic Hot Takes. So, as of right now, we're going at about 45-50 minutes here. I'd like to try to keep it to 2 hours for the whole video, but that's also including the member Q&A that we're going to do after. So, with the things that I have to say, or at least the questions I'm going to bring up, it's generally just like, you know, people can say whatever they need to say, but just do keep in mind that, like, we want to try to cover as many topics as we possibly can. So kind of keep that in mind. But let's go ahead and start. So some of these are ones that I thought of. Some of these are ones that you guys had mentioned to me before, as well as one of these. I don't remember which one. Ralphie, one of our channel members, also recommended that we talk about this too. So I'm just going to start spitting it off. Just obviously, you know, we all know to keep it civil and such, and I know everybody will. But if you disagree with someone, tell them why. I know normally we typically agree with stuff, but some of these I don't think we are. So let's go and start. So number 1, EDH, or Commander, is the only format to play, quote, real fun Magic. Meaning, like, if you just want to, like, actually have fun playing whatever you want, Commander's the only way you can do that.
I think this is a horrible one for us because we're all going to disagree with that.
Yeah, I know.
I guess I don't know Ray's opinion. But...
So,
unfortunately for you, sir,
I was gonna
that
say
is
on the
where you are
contrary.
wrong.
so I'm gonna take the opposite side here, not because I necessarily agree with it, but I think I'm gonna at least say what people are kind of meaning when it comes to this. Is like, okay, I want to play Bird Tribal. Okay, so if I play Bird Tribal in Standard, I'm gonna actually, okay, I guess Birds is maybe the bad example because of Final Fantasy. I'm gonna say Horses. Horse Tribal. If I play that in Standard, I'm gonna get wrecked. Pioneer, I'm gonna get wrecked. Modern, Legacy, you know, Vintage, I'm gonna get destroyed. Oh, Commander, that's the actual place where I can play what I want and have fun and, like, maybe win a few games. Like, I think that's what people, like, would think of with that, but I guess what do you guys think about that?
I have a good point about this, I think. I think if you're going to play, for example, Horse Tribal in Pioneer, you can win games if you're playing against Octopus Tribal or if you're playing against some other nonsense. Because when you're playing Commander, everyone else is playing decks that are on the level of the deck you're playing. That's the only reason you could ever get a win with Horse Tribal. So I think it kind of falls apart there. If you think about
I mean, you can just use the parameters of a format for the rules and then play it however you want to play it.
I think fun also with Magic is very subjective. Like, people are just going to find things fun that other people are going to find not fun. So I think, like, if you're meaning, like, it's the only way to, like, play casual Magic, like, I can tell you that that's certainly not the case. Like, obviously, Commander is the best casual format, but, like, I mean, anybody can just say, hey, you want to pick up some games? Like, let's play. Like, what formats you got? Whatever, let's just jam. I mean, high-powered doesn't necessarily mean unfun, and low power doesn't necessarily mean fun. It's not correlating to that.
Yeah, I think if you're if the only thing you enjoy is unplayable jank, then sure, I guess that makes sense. Then that EDH is the place for you.
Yes. Okay. Let's go and hop into the next one here. So this one was Hunter recommended this one. So Brawl on Arena is the best format. Well, I guess that you can actually play on Arena. It is like just the best, most fun way to get in some games.
I guess I'll. What? You guys can go first. Go for it.
Let Hunter explain himself here.
Yes.
So kind of the same thing as where the EDH is the place that you can have the most fun for Magic. It's all of the silly little cards that you always just sit and look at, or like all of your stupid pet cards, like the cards that I play, that you can't make into feasible decks for actual gameplay. Like one of my favorite decks to play for Brawl is Sithis the Harvest Hand, and there's just not a way to be able to play Sithis the Harvest Hand in a good, fun way in a competitive environment in any capacity. So you can't like go and build a good Sithis Harvest Hand 60 card deck for like Timeless or Modern or whatever the hell it is. But you can build a really good one for Brawl on Arena and sit and have plenty of fun. And there's plenty of other decks that you can do that with. So it's a way where you can go and play with all your silly little pet cards and actually enjoy playing with them instead of being forced to play one of 3 different decks in all of the different formats, because if you don't play the meta, you're just going to sit and lose. And we're all Magic players here. Winning is fun. Losing is not fun. I don't care what anybody says. We're here to win.
Yeah.
So how is this take different from the previous? That's what I want to know. It sounds
Pretty
like
pretty much the
thing.
same take, yeah.
I think it's fair. It depends on who you are, because not everyone wants to just like sweat out a game of Magic and like think over every micro interaction. So, I mean,
I think
it's
it's
a
hard.
fine take.
It's hard to argue against subjective takes because it's like, okay, that's that's true for you. It's just not it's going to be true for some number of people and not true for others.
So
True. I'm gonna say.
No, go ahead, Ray. You're good.
Okay, I was gonna say. On Arena, or on MTGO, I prefer to play limited on any of those formats, just because it's easier to get a hold of the limited cards. I don't have to go and buy a whole box and then like open it up and try to find people. So I thoroughly enjoy just doing limited, pretty much only online. And then back to the Commander thing. I agree that Commander should be fun.
I don't.
But my brain set goes to party time. So it's like when I play Commander, everybody gets to do the most value they ever want in their whole life. I have no interactions. I don't play counter spells. I'm like, do the most outrageous thing. But then when I sit down with a 60 card format, it's like brain turns into competitive mode. Like it's like I want to win.
All
Winning
bets
is
are
fun.
off.
Like, yeah, all bets are off. So it's like the only time I have fun is when I pull out a Commander deck and just go willy-nilly party time with everybody around the table. So, and then limited on Arena is pretty much the only fun I get from that, because then otherwise I'm just trying to win on the ladder. So I don't just go and play
Arena,
Brawl or what?
Limited is probably best on Arena, honestly, now that you say that, because the way it works on Arena is so smooth and easy. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I like it better than Brawl.
I'll say,
But
yeah,
subjective.
Subjective take, but I do find myself going to limited more than any other format online anyway. Like, but if I'm like talking person to person, you can like read mannerisms. I'd rather play in paper for any 60 card format.
Okay, so I've got another one here, which I have a feeling that we might agree with some of these, which so far we have, but this one is not related to Commander though. So this is just an overall Magic take. People that hate interaction in Magic just shouldn't play Magic. If you hate dealing with interaction, go play a different game.
Agree. Hard agree. Yeah, it's a part of Magic. Go play a different game if you don't like it.
Dang, dude.
I thoroughly agree.
I disagree.
I know we want some disagreements, but I can't make an argument for the other side.
Listen, if you don't like interaction, you play Commander.
There's definitely
Yeah, you
interaction
just
in
go-
Commander.
Why
No,
is there
but you-
Well,
why
that's
is
the
there
way I
this
play.
why is there this
No,
chaos
you haven't
warp in
played
my
with the right
commander
group.
deck? That could just be a Tori and Mauler.
You haven't played with the right people because you just play with the other people that also hate interaction, and you can still play Magic. I think Magic should be for everybody, even people who hate interaction. Like they can still just like be mad, but play Commander
No.
with all their buddies that also hate.
No, I want to kill someone on turn 4. You shouldn't have Fatal Push. Fatal Push should be banned. I should just be able to just perfectly curve into all of my monsters and I win.
All right,
Well, if you're
Landon.
talking
Landon,
like
I
that,
can
you should just
Sounds like a true red mage.
I can get I can get behind that. Just don't play formats that have interaction and then whine about it. You know what I mean?
yes.
Yeah.
So
Like,
don't play
Play
any
Pioneer.
format
It's 50% red.
Yeah.
Don't play with me then. I'm always packing some interaction.
Oh yeah.
Just don't whine about it. I think that's a good thing that Cody said.
Okay, so let's go to the next one. I feel like this one actually, I think people might disagree with. Most great MTG, I'll say good. Most good MTG players aren't actually good at deck building. And this is, I guess, not so much limited, which I guess we can kind of include that, but just most good MTG players aren't good at deck building. They're just good at playing the top decks.
I don't think that's true.
I don't know if it's most. I don't know
For
how
me
you would
personally,
quantify that.
What was that, Landon? Sorry?
I don't know if it's most. Like I don't know how you can quantify that, but I do think there are a good number of people who make the Pro Tour that aren't good at deck building.
Let's
Like
say
you just
let's say for the
Yeah,
sake
go
of argument, let's say like 60% of good like to great Magic players like cannot actually build their own decks. They just have to see what the metagame is and just kind of get lucky with a pick or just play what's already good.
I'd be surprised if that's true.
I
think
doubt
is.
it. I would say it's probably more like 30 to 40% of players who are playing like professionally are uncomfortable building their own deck without input from other people. That's how I might try to word it, but there's no really solid way to quantify it. So
I would
I don't know,
say
but I've looked through Pro Tour decks and been like, what are you? This is not a good deck before. So I know there are players out there that do well, like they're great at playing the game, but when they play the deck they want to play, it looks like there are objectively wrong decisions made because people are people.
Oh, there have been just god awful decks that have won Pro Tours.
Red Green
Like,
Spiders.
especially back in the day. Yeah.
I would say like my personal input with this is like I don't necessarily agree with that fully. I think there are some very good Magic players that or just good Magic players like local card shark guys who would win a lot of F&Ms and then all of a sudden like they draft and all of a sudden like the guy who's normally in like the 1-3 abyss because he doesn't have a lot of money to spend maybe on a good modern deck, all of a sudden is crushing people because, oh, hey, he's drafted this format a lot, a Magic Arena or something like that. I've personally ran into it a few times, at least like when I really first started playing Magic, where like there would be guys at the local game store that would like, they played like Amulet Titan or they played Tron or they played like an established modern deck. And I'm out here like brewing jank every week and like generally doing pretty good. And then every so often these, people that do pretty good, they'd be like, hey, I'm working on this like Grixis pile. And then they play it like 2 weeks and they go like 1-4 both weeks. And then they just go back to playing Tron.
Yeah.
Which that's not to
I
say
think that's
all decent players are bad at deck building or anything like that. But it is always kind of funny how it's like, man, you thought you were hot shit when you were playing Living End, but then now you're not playing just like Living End, and all of a sudden now you're not a very good player. And actually, funny thing,
God dang. That sounds
So-
like a stab right into my heart.
one, it was not
Oh
a
my
shot at you,
God.
Ray. That was not a shot at you, I promise. It was actually a shot at
I was
one
like,
player.
man.
It was a shot at one player I used to play with, and then it accidentally ended up being a shot at another player that most of us know.
Oh yeah. I
Oh,
know.
I was gonna say because I'm
Fucking guy.
horrible at deck building. I try to do way too much in every single deck, and that's why I try to play limited a little bit more to try to understand it, where the power level is like kind of lower, so I can appreciate the lower cards. But yeah, you give me like a Blood Moon pile and I can top 8. But then if I play my own brew, I might go like half and half.
My worst decks tend to be ones where I'm taking a card I know is bad and trying to make it work.
Yeah,
That's all I ever do.
I've done that multiple times.
That's all I ever do. Yeah.
Okay, so let's hop into the next one here. So, modern legacy, like basically modern up, so modern legacy vintage, whatever, is not Magic as Garfield intended.
Hard agree.
No, I think he just intended for people to play and enjoy his game. I don't think he had any intentions other than that.
But is it the true roots of like, like obviously he developed a lot of the first sets, obviously. But like what like he knew some of those cards were really busted, but like did he really just want people just like time walking every single turn and like doing some really crazy rook egg shenanigans? Like is that what he actually intended for?
Yes.
No idea. No idea.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
I mean,
possibly.
Did he want everybody's entire deck to be just free spells, and whoever has the most free spells in their hand at the beginning of the game just wins the game in the end?
Is it fun for everybody?
No idea. I think
If
he wanted
not,
people to
then
enjoy his
no.
game. But, yeah.
He wanted people to have fun. I feel like I think I submitted a take similar to this. Sort of.
This might have been
Except
the
I'm
one,
not.
honestly. So I'm gonna expand this a little bit further. To be honest with you, I feel like the way that Garfield really intended, at least like envisioned Magic, because I don't think he really guessed that it was going to become the empire that it is today. I think the game that he truly intended was like, you just play a game with like the cards you have. Like it really like a lot of the constructed formats. I don't think he intended. We'll say like standard for sure. Like the new cards come out, you play with the new cards, new sets come in, and you kind of whatever. I guess you guys know what I'm saying. But like, I feel like that's how Magic as Garfield intended is, not necessarily like the free spells. And I mean, maybe, I don't know. I don't think he designed Force of Will, or I don't think he designed Ice Age or Alliances. Sorry. So maybe he did actually want free spells in the format. I don't know. But then again, he designed the Moxen. So I don't know. Maybe Richard Garfield actually does like free spells. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Are
say,
we going to talk about?
He at least kind of likes him.
Are we talking about?
He made
Okay,
the
so
fuckers.
maybe I'll just say it now. My take was that Commander is an amazing example of Magic as Richard Garfield intended. And the reason I say this, it sounds a little bit clickbaity, but I mean I've listened to the Richard Garfield interview with the professor. I don't know if any of you guys have heard that.
I watched it.
Yeah, like Richard Garfield, he really just kind of like wanted people to have silly fun with the cards he made, and like he likes what Wizards has done competitively with the game. He just wants that to be an option. Like he wants everyone to have the option to enjoy the game however they want. And Commander is like the main like fan created format. And Richard Garfield has a Commander deck. His favorite card he designed that he mentioned in that podcast was Charizard. I don't know if you guys know what that card is.
I do
The
know
one
that
that like
card.
lets you
Yup.
start playing a sub game of Magic.
Yeah, I
like,
love that
Chaos
card.
Orb. I don't know. Richard Garfield's kind of just like he's just like a fun, quirky game designer guy who just wants to do like silly things with games. So I think the whole Magic as Richard Garfield intended is kind of like people use it as a placeholder for it actually means something else because it's not really what Richard Garfield intended. They actually mean this one container of time where Magic was a certain way. That's how Magic should be, and that's what I want, rather than what the creator of the game actually thought about the game.
Yeah.
Back to that. Okay, let's head to the next one. So this one was one that I threw in just because I feel like a lot of people like to discuss this. Is Mill is actually not that bad to play against. You just happen to see the cards that you like or need to draw in that instance get milled, and then you just happen to be unlucky with your draws.
I think a lot of people's issues with Mill is like being milled bothers them. I never understood that. My issue with Mill is it's just a boring deck to play against.
Completely
I'm gonna
agree.
say,
Yeah.
It is very boring to play against, but I put into the fact that it's like if you have somebody who laid down and wants to play fun Magic, but then you're like, I'm gonna mill you for 10. They watch their 10 cards that they put in their deck go in the graveyard that they don't get to use. It's like you put the cards in the deck so you could use them.
Yeah, but you
And
get 4 of
yes,
them.
there should be a strategy that takes them all away, but people hate that because they're like, well, I wanted to play that card, or I opened that yesterday, or something along those lines. They're like, I was really hoping to draw it so I could play it, and then they just get sad when they play against Mill. So their natural reaction when people say they're playing Mill is a negative reaction.
I think a lot of
Is
it comes
that-
from commander players because you play 100 unique cards and then you get in your commander game and then they all start going down the drain and you can never play that card for the remainder of the game because you only have one copy of
Yep.
it.
Skillet,
Unless
you
get
play
a
regrowth.
or something.
Y'all
Yeah.
need to.
Play regrowth.
Okay.
Y'all players
Okay,
need
Boomer,
to
all right.
hear about a card called Elixir of Immortality.
yeah.
Okay, guys.
I played that way too many times.
Or Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn.
Okay, so I actually have a really quick Elixir of Immortality story to say. So, I can't believe this, dude. So, it's like FNM before the Hour of Devastation pre-release. I forgot my Modern deck at the house. And one of the guys I went with was like, hey, I have a deck you can borrow if you want to play. I'm like, sure. He's like, but you have to promise you can't look at it beforehand. I'm like, done. I'll just sit down and play it.
Oh,
So I sit
no.
down, and it's like this weird, like, toughness matters self mill deck. It's like Abzan, right? The deck's absolutely atrocious. So I sit down round 1, and this guy he's playing mill. Like, he goes turn 1, Hedron Crab. I'm like, okay. So I get my opener. It's an opener. I draw my first card, and it's an Elixir of Immortality. And I'm like, hold up, what? So it turns out the dude put 4 of them in his deck, so that way, like, he doesn't mill himself out, because he was playing, like, Grizzly Salvage and Nyx Weaver and all this stuff. So I think he was playing Ghoul Tree in the deck, I'm pretty sure. And
oh god.
so basically, the dude starts milling me, and I play an Elixir, and he just, like, freezes. He's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, sorry, dude. So I win game 1 because he mills himself out with, like, Visions of Beyond and all this card draw. So we go to game 2, and I won because I had my opener double Elixir of Immortality, and he couldn't mill me out.
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Hey, easy games, man.
Yep.
I then went 1-3 on the night.
It's like being a burn player and then your opponent casts Nyx Fleece Ram on 2.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Or
why would
Core
you ever put
Firewalker.
Nyx Fleece Ram into your deck? Yeah, just to piss off that one guy.
Or Chill. I used to play Chill in Legacy.
My dad hates
I feel
Chill.
very attacked in this conversation. just to let you guys know right now, I feel very fucking attacked.
My dad used to get so mad because he played Boros Burn in Legacy for a long time, and like everyone was packing like 3 chills in their board just for him. So like he'd win game 1, and then game 2 they'd go like turn 2 chill, turn 3 chill, and he'd be like, I gotta pay 5 mana for a lightning bolt? This is bullshit. I'm like, Dad, play a disenchant. That's your fault.
Let's say there was a while back. My whole locals was burn because it was all everybody could afford. So I took burn, and then I just like pre-sideboard put 4 core Firewalker in the main. Went easiest 4-0 in my life.
I think the funniest
Idiot.
burn mirror I ever saw was when 2 burn players each had 2 core Firewalkers in play, and they were just like playing this like weird lava dart game. It's like, guys, the game's not gonna end. Might as well be a draw. But all right,
Shake hands now, guys.
let's head to the next one. Hasbro is actually not ruining Magic. It's more based on the decisions that Wizards of the Coast has been making.
I don't know. I'm not there. I don't know how much stuff's getting passed down from Hasbro.
I
Eli,
think
is this your take?
so. This is one I threw in there because this is just like one that a lot of people talk about. So my specific take on this is I actually don't. I don't personally know this. I don't know the data. At least from like I guess like my opinion or belief. I guess because I don't have this data. I don't really think Hasbro is actually putting that much pressure on Wizards of the Coast. I think it's more like, if anything, maybe it's like the release schedule, like with the, every other set that comes out. I think at least a lot of the Universes Beyond stuff is more like an in-house decision, at least them making this stuff standard legal and like pushing the big emphasis on it. I don't think it's necessarily Hasbro's pressure, so to speak.
What's your basis for that?
At least for like Hasbro is or isn't pushing that.
Yeah. Like, what makes you think that they're not? I'm not disagreeing with you.
Curious,
like,
well, Hasbro has owned Wizards of the Coast for quite some time. Like, a lot of people think that like Hasbro just bought them like 4 years ago, and this has been a new thing. Like,
oh yeah, no.
Hasbro has owned them for quite some time. A lot of where people understandably think this is like a lot of like Hasbro, like all their IPs are down, like almost every single one. But then you see all these reports of, oh, Wizards of the Coast is up 10% and all this stuff. So a lot of people are just like, oh, like, Hasbro's squeezing every bit of money out of Wizards of the Coast because Monopoly's doing bad and the 15th version of Life isn't selling well. I guess that's my quick opinion on that. I'll let you guys get in on this.
For me, I have the same opinion you do on this one. I was like,
fuck.
I was like, I don't really care who owns or whatever they do. It's like, they're just going to keep making cards. I'm just going to keep playing the game.
Yeah, my opinion remains the same. I have no idea.
Hunter, do you have any thoughts?
I'd like to believe that Hasbro is heavily influencing the things that are going on behind the scenes for WotC with all of these Universe Beyond nonsense. We're getting fucking Sonic the goddamn Hedgehog in Magic, bro. Like, this is this is some nonsense.
That is a bummer.
Dude, you don't like Sonic?
I don't
Not
like
Magic.
I don't like my Magic the Gathering card game to not feel like not Magic the Gathering. Like, I don't think like adding cards from set like Avatar and Sonic, it makes Magic feel less like Magic and it feels more like big cash grabby bullshit. And I personally believe that Hasbro has a hand in some type of influence in making this kind of stuff happen.
You don't want to play Sonic X Magic the Gathering Olympic Games on Switch 2?
I cannot believe that was a sentence.
All right, I'm picking my team for the hurdle event. All right, I've got Sonic, I've got Mario, I've got Chandra, and I've got Plankton. That's my lineup.
There you go. Oh, Fable Theft. Yep.
Javelin toss. Okay.
Goblin bombardment.
I didn't realize Hasbro bought WotC in '99.
Exactly. That was like my
they've owned
thing
it
with
for
that.
23 years.
Mm-hmm.
I did not realize that.
Oh yeah.
That is kind of crazy.
Okay. Does anyone else have any? I was gonna say, go ahead. If you have more opinions on this, go for it.
I was just gonna say, all of a sudden, Hasbro just decides that now's the time to, I don't know, screw everybody over with IPs. I don't know. Maybe they just saw what Fortnite
maybe they just thought of it.
That. Yeah.
Maybe they just
saw
thought of
Fortnite
it.
and they're like, give me some IPs.
Please. I think a lot of people also are starting to blame Hasbro with that, or I mean, they have been for years. But I think a lot of this also comes from like how much things are changing that like Wizards used to never do. So I think a lot of it is just like people are maybe just looking for something to point at. Like that's the reason why the pros aren't like, you don't get like paid to be a pro anymore, and like that's why they took away like X events or something like that, or that's why there's non-magic magic sets. Maybe it's just something to like point to. I'm not sure.
Somebody's got to take the blame, and they don't want it to be the people who they know are directly responsible for creating the game, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The big bad corporation.
I don't know. Maybe there's just some guy like twisting his mustache with like a top hat that we don't know. It's just like
Mr. Monopoly.
Yeah, more Universes Beyond.
Make them spend $9 on booster packs.
They have it their way, man. We won't be far off.
And he's got a bunch of Magic 30 collector boxes in his office. It's like, yes,
Scrooge
yes.
a Scrooge McDuck vault with like money that he swims in.
Monopoly money, basic lands.
Yeah,
I could see that.
I could see that.
Not far off.
And then his office is right next to the storage locker where they keep all the extra Legends booster boxes.
Yeah, dude. That's awesome.
And then it's
just have,
also
like, hundreds of copies of reserve list cards.
and then in the storage locker next to that is the Aether Vial promo that they never released because of COVID or whatever, and everyone wants it.
And next to that is a storage locker for Alpha Volcanic Islands.
Yes, the Alpha Volcanic Islands that never made it on the sheet. All right. Let's head to the next one here. So this is one that I threw on here, and it's going to become pretty clear in a second here. Wizards of the Coast, realizing Commander is a profitable format, has changed the game for the worst.
100%.
Hard agree.
This is supposed to be hot takes, Eli.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm
It's
sorry.
about as icy cold as it gets.
I was trying to
That's
come with
a
some
cold
heat.
take.
I actually think it's for the better. So
Ooh.
the fact that they're pushing Commander.
All right,
so
never mind.
hard,
Ray, you're out of the podcast. I'm just kidding.
Get this man out of here. Get him out. Boo this man.
The thing about it is,
Boo.
Ooh.
like I said, when people play 60 card formats, they want to win. They want to do something else. When you want to do something less stressful, it's easier just to take a group of 4 people and play a game of Commander that doesn't matter, don't care, and it's like party
skill
time.
issue. Get good.
That's not what we're talking about, though. We're talking about them printing cards into Commander and making it worse.
Or printing cards into Standard that are literally not going to see play literally anywhere in the world other than a Commander table.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, it gives them more like cards to put into a set. I mean, we're 25 years in. How many more unique names can they come up with?
It's not about unique names and stuff along those lines. It's about catering your formats and printing cards to those formats that are going to make those formats better. So when they print Commander fucking nonsense into our goddamn Standard format, it's fucking bullshit.
I
I
really
agree.
don't.
Like they should have like a Commander Master set and not have it go into Standard.
Well, and they did. Like Commander, like the Commander format has had its own specialty sets for literally years. I mean, heck,
Yes,
I mean,
I
Kirk,
know. I
like
think that's
master
great.
sets are basically for Commander. They reprint Cyclonic Rift and all these like
Yeah.
all these expensive Commander cards. Why? I understand that Commander is the most played Magic format now, but why does the standard sets, like, why does half the set have to be designed with Commander in mind when these guys literally get Commander decks every single set that is released now? They also, if I'm not mistaken, I think they still do the yearly Commander stuff, but maybe they just do Commander Masters or whatever things they do. The Universes Beyond sets for years were, again, only legal in Legacy, Vintage, and Commander, and the cards were bad, so it was mostly just Commander. So, like, why does Standard have to automatically, or I guess Standard legal sets now that are being released, have to be designed with Commander in mind? Like, that it wasn't like that for a long time, so why does it have to be like that now?
I don't like that they do that either, though. I don't think they should do the supplementary sets just for Commander either, because that makes Commander worse.
I agree.
I think Commander was a better format when you just took normal cards and built a deck out of it, and now like Wizards is building your deck for you. I don't like that.
When it was organic, it was fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's not now. It's very like you said, like they are building your deck for you.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a problem with them building the deck for you, but well, I guess I'm sure you're talking about them creating cards for the decks. I guess because if they're still selling pre-constructed decks just with cards that already exist, I don't think.
I'm talking about them. I'm talking about them printing cards that are like too good not to play in your Commander deck.
Yeah, or just printing cards only in the Commander deck. I feel like that's the main thing I hate, but.
I don't know. I guess anyone else have any remaining thoughts on that? Or I know we all largely kind of agree. I know Ray had a different tangent there. But any other remaining thoughts?
It was slightly different, but I looked at it at a different perspective. So my take was on a different perspective than what I originally thought we were going to talk about.
Sure. I have a lot of different opinions on that. I mean, like, in terms of the commander, like quote, like made the game worse is really just like the ways that I and we largely enjoy Magic, like have kind of been put on the back burner because of the big emphasis on commander. Like now, like again, like we talked about it like 2 episodes ago, where like FNM attendance numbers are incredibly low, but pre-releases and drafts are still really really high, because that's like the one thing that there's some similarity to, at least for what the competitive players as well as the commander players also like. But yeah, for me, it's a lot of it's just like commander took all the bodies away from FNM, and FNM is my favorite part of the game, so that's kind of why I'm salty about it.
I do really love FNM too, and yes, I do miss the bodies because I'm like, I don't want to. I want to go and like practice my 60 card formats and be like, this is where I get most of my practice because I don't want to play online and have 2 collections. So when people are jumping to Commander and you're like going over to an FNM, but it fires for 3 rounds and you have 10 players, it's just not where I want to be. I want to go back with the 20, 30 plus FNMs, big gatherings, shit talking from across the room.
And you know how we get back to that?
Ban
By
commander.
Wizards not printing commander cards in our standard sets.
That's true. Imagine how many more cool cards we would have for like standard, pioneer, modern if half these sets weren't designed for commander. Like, imagine
I
that.
don't think we need more standard cards though.
More, we need more cards.
3-year rotation, and however many sets they're doing a year now? 6? I don't know.
I don't know.
17
It's kind of.
I think it's 5.
It's weird when there's not spoiler season going on.
Yeah, something feels wrong.
It's always something. It's either a standard set, a supplemental commander set, or a secret lair. Something is always going on.
Perpetual hype. It's always spoiler season now. It's never not.
True.
Capitalizing on FOMO.
Like, I mean, how long was Final Fantasy even out before we started getting Edge of Eternity like leaks and then official spoilers? Like a week, 2 weeks, maybe. Like,
dude, when all those
that,
leaks started pouring out, I'm like, oh god, the Pinkertons are coming back.
the Pinkertons are coming.
Yeah.
Quick, hide my pictures.
Oh my
They
gosh.
messed up their whole plan to let us edge for Edge of Eternities.
Yeah,
Blew
no.
it all Just blew it all.
It feels like I have been edging for an eternity. For fuck's sake.
I've been on the edge of losing my mind in Magic for eternities, it feels like.
Yeah, also that. Good God.
I don't know. I could talk for hours about that, but I largely think that it's not even necessarily, I want to say, ruined the game. It's ruined, at least from my perspective, but at least, like, the emphasis of Commander has significantly changed the trajectory of Magic. Like, for sure. All right.
True.
Yeah.
So,
Knows how long it'll last.
yeah, we'll see. They're going to invent Commander 2. It's like, what made you want to start a new format right next to the original? Money.
I like money. Am I really going to
Thanks,
defile
Monopoly,
this grade
man.
for money?
Of course I am. All right, so the next one. Mid-range decks being the best deck in a format is a sign of a healthy metagame. I believe that was Hunter that actually suggested this one.
Hell
Hard to
yeah!
agree.
As
It is my
a
favorite thing
mid-range
to do.
player, I completely agree.
So to delve into a little bit more, I did specifically say that black-based mid-range decks being tier 1 in a format means that your format is very, very healthy.
Why do they gotta be black-based?
Because that's just how it normally goes. Like, black-based mid-range decks in any format being the best deck was normally the sign of a healthy format, because the black decks are kind of slightly more, I guess, versatile with, like, the Thoughtseize effects, a lot more, like, interactive spells and things along those lines. So if that's the deck that is, like, how Rakdos in Pioneer was the best deck for so long, and it probably is still one of the better decks if you can, get these awful fucking awesome red cards out of the format. That's a whole different thing. But Rakdos was always there and it almost like always checked the meta, but it wasn't unbeatable. So when that meta was going on in Pioneer, I felt like that was a very healthy format. When Thoughtseize is good, you have a healthy format.
Yeah.
I hard agree. When you can give the players the most choices throughout the whole game, I think it's great.
Yeah, I kind of think of like the Pixie decks though. Does that count?
Yeah, I would say
I
so.
would say,
Those are
I don't know if
miserable.
I would say it. Yeah, I don't know if I'd agree that that's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's kind of a mid-rangey deck, but it's also sort of it's more of like a synergy deck.
It's also kind of tempo-y.
I was gonna say it feels a lot more tempo-y.
Yeah, tempo. Yeah, sure.
Well, what is tempo anyway?
Delver.
Like I honestly like Hopeless Nightmare was a good band, don't get me wrong, but the discarding a card thing wasn't the problem with that card. It was the lose 2 life that was the problem with that card.
Discarding was definitely a problem
Yeah.
too.
Ah,
Well, but Any Bones joins up as a thing, and I don't know. Deck died.
I think it's just, I mean, they're both effects of it can be good. You know, it's like, wow, I'm down a card and I lost life. And then it's not the first one or even the second one. It's when it's the third and the fourth. Oh, Pixie, scroll shift. Oh, I am down to 2 life. I have no cards in hand. I have 3 lands in play. GG. Like, I feel like that's how it was. But, which honestly is kind of a good segue into my opinion on that. So I do, I guess I kind of agree with the mid-range statement. Like, I feel like it's one of those things where, like, a mid-range deck being the best deck in a metagame, is it necessarily that it's a sign of a healthy format, or is it the sign that, like people hate it, for instance, in Standard, when, like, aggro is the best deck. Like, I remember when Humans, like, 5-color Humans was good in Modern, everyone was like, oh my god, we need to ban one of these Humans cards, like, Humans is just way too good, and, like, or when Control is, like, really good, people are like, oh my god, we gotta ban the Scarab God, like, Control's way too good. People generally don't complain for the most part. Like, some people do. Like, when a mid-range deck is generally the best deck, it's pretty rare. I feel like just because it's in the middle there of, you know, the aggro mid-range combo spectrum, I feel like people are okay with it, because it's like you're not dying crazy fast, and it actually, like, has good value creatures it plays. It wins the game traditionally, so people generally aren't mad about it. You know what I mean?
Not since like Jund of you know, early Modern Jund, people kind of didn't like that.
When Murktide was like the top dog in Modern, I feel like that was one of my favorite Moderns in recent memory.
Agree. I can wholeheartedly agree with you there.
Yeah,
because Murktide, I mean, you just get a lot of
before Psychic Frog.
Yes. Just the games with the most decision points. I think, Hunter, you said that earlier. That makes the game the most fun.
Yeah. Sorry, what was that?
When there's a lot of decisions to be made during the game, that's when you feel like you're in control and you have fun, even if you're really not in control of the game. If there's a bunch of points where you can make a decision. In mid-range decks, usually that's kind of part of the game.
Yeah, people like decisions, and as long as they can make multiples of them every turn, there's a chance for them to just run over your opponent if you choose right every time. But it's not in like a 2 to 3 turn span. It's like you make 8 to 10 decisions throughout like 8 to 10 turns, and it feels really nice when you're like ahead or like slightly ahead. But if you're slightly behind, you're just like, all right, a couple more turns and I could be ahead. And everybody's having a good time.
Yeah, I would say, like, with mid-range, like, I generally don't have too big of an issue with it. I know some people like to point to, like, Rakdos Vampires in Pioneer, which it was more because of Sorin just, like, show and telling in a 6/5 that was so hard to kill, like, combined by the good interaction. I think Pioneer's in this weird specific spot where, like, a lot of the good interactive cards just happen to not be in the Pioneer window, so, like, cards like Thoughtseize and Fatal Push, some of the more efficient cards, you know, in the game just as a whole, or were really the only ones that were still legal. You know, there's no Preordain, there's no Lightning Bolt, there's no Path to Exile. So, like, naturally, I think a lot of people get frustrated by those specific cards, but I really do think that cards like Fatal Push and Thoughtseize do largely keep the format in check, which is something that not a lot of people actually think about.
I was gonna say Path to Exile was one of my hot takes. I think Path to Exile can be reprinted back into Standard.
Maybe.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that one. Which actually, that was gonna be. I had another card in mind with with Path to Exile, but I don't think it should go back into Standard.
I don't know why not.
I just think it's too efficient of like removal, and to be honest with you, I'm so tired of like every removal spell having to just have like an exile effect on it. Like, I'm just so tired of it. Like, they make all these sweet creatures that when they die, you get this cool ability or you get some value from it. And like, exile effects just completely negate all of that. You should have some exile effects, especially in Standard, like to a certain extent. But like, when they're just like slapping it on every single removal spell, it just gets so old. And like, Swords, like for 1 white is just like 5 drops. Or like even like anything above like 3 mana already struggles to like stay relevant in the format, and I feel like Fatal Push or Path to Exile just says like no, like we only play 2 mana and 1 mana creatures in this format.
You don't want to play against Ketramos Path?
Oh God, no! That's honestly that's sweet. Like, I think that's a cool interaction, but I don't know. Like, I feel like when you have way too efficient answers like that, it just already shuts down like playing bigger spells in general. You know, I'm not saying you got to play Galtas, but what's up?
It ramps you into your 5-drop.
Yeah, but then they just have another path.
Do they?
They always have the second path.
The format would probably recover, I think, but maybe it's not as fun as. Maybe it's just not worth.
I think it'd be it'd be functionable, but I don't think it would be like for the better. I mean, like, I really don't want to play against blue-white control where they go turn 1, like, on the draw, like, have good interaction. They have no more lies, and then they just, like, have a path to clean up or whatever. Like, ugh.
No, I just don't want to play against blue-white control. So I don't care what cards they're playing.
Yeah, so, like, blue-white control doesn't really need to get better interaction. Like, I'm all for it just on that note.
Yeah.
I can see that. I just want it personally. I was like, I miss Path to Exile.
And that's fair.
Yeah, give me a 3 mana Supreme Verdict.
Oh my God!
I want to go the other. No, I'm gonna go the other direction. Let's make control better.
You have Split Up.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
and Split Up.
Let me tell you about Split Up. Fuck that card.
Says the Dinos player.
Not the Dinos. It was the reason I didn't go to the RC. Was because of the top deck Split Up. So. Which, I mean, the card's good, but, like, fuck that card. I think, like, were you being serious with a 3 mana Verdict, or?
Sure. I think control really, really sucks, and it needs help. I
mean, Temporary Lockdown
rotation, maybe.
is already, like, super good, and that only hits, permanents with CMC 2 or less.
I don't know if that'd be the answer. Maybe a better counter spells, or just, I don't know. I don't know what it needs. Maybe better card draw.
Just put Mana Drain right into Pioneer.
Oh,
there you go. I'm okay with it.
We bring back Mana Drain and we bring back Mana Burn.
Yeah. I agree.
Like, honestly, I feel like blue-white control is in this weird middle ground where it's like, especially in Pioneer and Standard, they really don't have like super good counterspells. Like, 3 steps is pretty solid, and like No More Lies is it's solid, but like
I think they should just reprint counterspell into Standard.
I mean,
that might be a little much.
I don't think so.
How about Spell Snare? Spell Snare?
I think Spell Snare and Counterspell would be fine. I'll go out on that limb. I think they'd both be fine.
I agree.
I think they need to take all of like the top 30 to 40 best cards from like 10 years ago, modern, and just put them into Pioneer.
Which actually leads me into my next one here. Let me go ahead and pull it up because I want to make sure I say it exactly like how Ralphie recommended it here. So I'm going to read through this real quick. It's a quick little thing, but this is what he said. So, okay, so this was Ralphie's suggestion here. Was, I can't believe I'm typing this, but should Pioneer be included on supplemental set legality, like Modern Horizons? So he said, I'm starting to lead toward yes. I hated the idea of Horizons for so long, but with literal standard decks running the meta, maybe we need to slow down Pioneer deck rotation by introducing new staple cards on a set time frame. Standard cards are just too fast and efficient to be combated by a lot of the Pioneer interaction. And then let's see where he goes on this. My counter argument to my own hot take is to ban a load of cards to lower the threshold of what, quote, Pioneer power level, quote, unquote, is in Pioneer. I shouldn't be punished for running efficient answers to cards. Push being the premier kill spell feels so bad against the top decks, it's laughable. This ban reset on the format would let some more fringe cards of yesteryear shine brighter, in my opinion. So I guess what are your guys' thoughts on, I guess, basically Horizon sets including Pioneer, and also like just bans in Pioneer?
Notable.
Bans in Pioneer, yes. Keep those dirty Horizon sets away from my fucking format.
What in Pioneer is ban worthy? Corey Steelcutter?
Honestly, I think Steelcutter is fine right now. Like, I don't have any issues
the mouse
with it.
package.
The fucking mouse
Right.
package, yeah, or Monstrous Rage. Like, take Monstrous Rage and Heartfire Hero right out of the format, along like they did with Standard.
That's
It is
really
too good.
That's really weird to hear you say, Hunter.
I hate to say it, but it's too, like, look, I'm supposed to be the guy who runs around spiking everybody with mono red. I can't run around spiking everybody on mono red when everybody on the effing ladder is playing fucking mono red. I can't do the thing when everybody's also doing the thing. And the only deck
you want to be the
beating
only
sucks
guy
right now.
You want to be the only guy?
Yeah, I do, actually. I want to be special. My mom's been calling me for years.
Yeah.
So I would say for me, like, I'm not a fan of supplemental Horizon sets, but here is where I will say this. If you told me that Wizards of the Coast says, okay, Eli, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a Pioneer Master set, but it's going to be mostly reprints for the format, but we're going to introduce 30 reprint cards that are not legal in Pioneer, so they've already existed in, Magic as a whole. It's nothing new. There's no free spells. We're going to introduce 30 new cards into the format, and it's going to be like Intangible Virtues and like Basking Rootwalla and stuff like that. I'd be in on that.
Didn't you
That'd
just
be
say no
sick.
free spells? Like literally 2 seconds ago.
When I say Basking Rootwalla,
Yeah.
I mean that's like, okay, you can have a free 1/1.
I mean,
Throw
in
Mem
Pioneer,
Knight.
you
Throw Mem
can't-
Knight in there.
is
Give
the
me Mem
madness
Knight.
deck.
What were you saying, Ray?
I said in Pioneer there is the Madness deck wherein you literally can just keep drawing cards off the 2-mana discard a card, draw 2, the Tormenting Voices.
I'm in. Give me Basket
Yeah.
Rootwalla and Blazing Rootwalla. Give me
I would be
both.
okay. I would be okay with that
Revenge
idea. I'd be okay with that idea as long as they promise to do it once and never do it again.
Right, but what if they sell a lot? Then that means they got to keep doing it.
I know, exactly. That's why it's a bad idea.
Isn't every standard set Pioneer Horizons? The standard is so good.
Kind-
Basically. But maybe that's where, at least where Ralphie's coming from on that, is like, juice the format a little bit. Which I'm not saying I agree with it, but like that's at least his standpoint. Is kind of like, yeah, if it's just standard, why don't we juice it to make it kind of have more of its own identity?
Yeah,
Just
dude,
put-
give me
I
Lava
can
Dart
see that.
in Pioneer.
Give me Splinter Twin and Pioneer, please.
Just Splinter
Uh,
Twin. Just split. You don't want anything else. Just the card
No,
Splinter Twin. You
I
can have
also
that.
want Deceiver. I want Deceiver and Pestermite too.
Pioneer does have its own identity, though. I think it's just the mouse deck.
Yeah, hope you like
All the other-
mice.
all the other decks are pretty unique.
Actually, I think that you could get away with not doing anything else because of like FOMO, right? Doesn't FOMO work with it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah, they
I mean,
discard to draw.
Are we
Also-
still talking about the Ruwala?
Just play
I'm
Midnight.
talking about
Just play
FOMO
Midnight
with
Guard.
Splinter Twin. Splinter Twin.
Oh.
Does Midnight Guard work with it?
Yeah.
I don't know what Midnight Guard is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cody.
Midnight.
I was gonna say because with FOMO you can untap itself and give it infinite combat steps.
Yeah.
I thought there. Let me pull up FOMO.
I would say, while he's looking up FOMO, and this is like a more of a personal thing, in Pioneer, I really want Unholy Annex to be banned. Like, I hate the card is way too efficient, and it's to the
so
point
good.
where so many decks literally just splash the card just because it's that good.
That's
Midnight
funny that you
Guard
say
would
that
work.
because like, that's funny that you say that because like, that's one of the reasons I can still play the format because I really like that card.
It's a cool card, and I think the card is cool. I just hate how so many decks literally just splash black just to play it.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's hard to splash.
Yeah.
That's what I just hate about it. How every black deck has to play, auto 4 copies of it. Like, I just think it's so annoying. But that's a personal thing. I mean, even before the mice really started taking over the format, I felt like Unholy Annex was already a little egregious. So I don't know why that card isn't seeing more play in Standard, because in Pioneer it's just everywhere. Like, there's at least 4 different black decks that play it actively.
It's coming back in Standard.
Also,
the bans are done.
And then also I pulled up Fear of Missing Out, and yes, with just Splinter Twin you get infinite combat steps.
I'm in.
Yeah.
No,
and you only have to like tap him once to do it. So it's like you just make one copy, attack with both of them, delirium trigger, and then you're off to the races.
Hunter, did you say Midnight Guard doesn't work? Because I think it does.
No, I said it does work.
Yeah, it does work. Yeah.
I would say, like, with with Splinter Twin, if you put it into Pioneer, I think it'd be pretty fair. I say fair as in, like, there's still way more than enough answers. There's no, force of negation. Like, you could play the deck and you'd still, like, it'd be okay, but, like, I mean, is it really any different than, like, losing a Lotus combo on turn 4 or turn 5? Or
exactly.
Or getting Grease Fanged on turn 3 and dying on your next turn.
If you're really worried about it, you could also print Spellskite.
Oh, Spellskite would be awesome.
That is true. Yeah, we can get Spellskite back. That would be very good, because then you can you can take your opponent's monstrous rage.
Yeah.
I'm in.
They should just give us Spellskite. I think Spellskite's already in Pioneer, isn't it?
It's not.
I don't think so, no.
We need it.
Just let Wizards, like, have them hire me and just be like, all right, Eli, you get to pick 30 cards to reprint into Pioneer. What are you picking? Like, I got Champion of the Parish, Spellskite, Electrolyze, Intangible Virtue, Lingering Souls, Goblin Chieftain. Like, I've got us.
Electrolyze wouldn't be playable.
We'll make it playable.
No, but it'd be cool.
No, but it'd be cool. I just want to do it.
Don't crush Spellskite's new Phyrexia.
Karn Liberated, cool. Speak of the Devil.
Yeah.
Wormcoil.
Yeah, Spellskite was reprinted in that Masters set or whatever.
Oh, that one.
Modern Master.
Just
yeah.
So many master sets. I feel like I had one more that I wanted to go over specifically. Let me double check. Okay, actually, yeah. So this one was for me. This is my last one that I have. If anyone else wants to bring up any funny ones, then that's fine. But so this one is mine. Pioneer is actually a really great format. People just don't play it because the strongest cards in the game aren't legal in the format.
The lands. The fetch lands?
It's the fetch lands. It's just like, you don't have cards like, I mean, not necessarily Tarmogoyf, but you don't have like your Brainstorms or your Cryptic Commands or like all of your like really good like, legacy and modern playable cards, because people like playing like higher powered formats generally speaking, unless you play Commander, then obviously ignore that statement. But
people
like
play Standard.
Like obviously people play Standard, but it's because Wizards like shoves it down everyone's throat. It's what they pay all the content creators to make. It's the new cards. It's new. It's the new thing to do. And why would I play it in Standard? Yep. Their store championships have to be Standard. So like that's why people play Standard. People weren't playing Standard for years.
People play Pauper.
Which Pauper's a great format, but some people aren't a fan because specific cards they like to play aren't legal in the format, which is kind of also what I'm saying with Pioneer. It's like, it actually is a great format, and you could even throw Pauper in this discussion too. They're both great formats. It's just that you can't play like specific cards that are like all-time favorite Magic cards in the format, so people just don't touch it.
Maybe.
True. Also, in Pioneer, you can't play all the old decks because they're all mid-range versions, and you can play them, but you'll just get run over.
Yeah,
Like
run over by all the
Siege
standard
Rhinos.
decks.
Yeah, it's like I can't. Yeah, I can't play anything that's over like 3 to 4 mana. So even if I go back in time because I want to play that old format, it's not going to be good.
That's
yeah,
true.
dude, make Siege Rhino
Then-
great again.
Yeah,
They did.
or
They call it
energy.
Shieldred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say they made a
Yeah,
new
Shieldred's
Siege
also
Rhino.
still like probably $70 right now, man.
It's still stupid
Yeah.
pricey.
See what happens after rotation. It'll probably get cut down by, I don't know, $20 or something.
It'll still be expensive, dude. Commander players love it. Pioneer players want it.
Yeah.
It still sees some play in
That's-
Modern. Like,
It's still
That's why-
Oh, yeah.
$67.
I said just like $20.
It'll stay up there because it pairs well with the One Ring.
those damn
Yeah.
Commander
So any
players.
commander deck has that. Yeah, any commander black deck that's playing Shield or just playing One Ring, and then that literally just wins you the game because you get a whole cycle, extra cards, can't destroy it.
So, I guess, does anyone else have any hot takes they maybe want to bring up? I guess my last one I thought of was Lightning Bolt should not be in Pioneer.
Probably not.
I agree with that though.
If the
damn
red
it.
aggro decks are a
There's
problem,
another
then we probably shouldn't give them Lightning Bolt.
I don't know what you guys are
True.
talking about. Lightning Bolt would be totally
Right.
fine.
True. I do have a hot take. I think the stations that they're coming up with now, I think they're going to be pretty good. So they were pretty feasible to get around. So you know how some of them have like a plus like 20 or a plus 12 to get their effect off? With all the reanimation that's going on, would say that the black 2-drop that we had, the warp card that comes back, like you warp it back, tap it, put counters on that thing, sack it, warp it back, tap it, put counters on the station, all in one turn. You can get up to as many counters as you have lands.
I think
So I think the station cards are going to be very good.
I don't think they will be good. And the reason I say that is because every single color has efficient naturalizes for days. So if they do
Right.
end up starting to become popular, people are just going to start playing a braid and all the other different ones. Like right now, if all of you guys reached into your pocket, you probably pull out a naturalize. Like they're just everywhere. And like I think because of that, it's like one of those like weird things. It's like, okay, well, oh, they're getting popular. Well, okay, everyone's going to start playing 4 braids and 4 shamanic revelation. I think that's the name of the new return to nature that lets you draw a card.
Or Tear Sunder.
Yeah, or which is rotating, but it still applies. Like it just, if they ever become good, people will immediately shut them down.
Tear ass under.
True.
Yes,
You
that's what's
saw
going to
what
happen to
happened
the
when
stations.
Steel Cutter was amazing. Everyone just played their artifact removal. Oh wait.
Well, but with a station, if Ray goes like turn 4, I'm gonna play this station, tap my creatures, and pass. I'm just gonna like untap, like, okay, Tranquil Frollback,
Yes.
like Time Walk you. Like with
Yeah.
Steel Cutter was, you never traded 1-for-1 with it. Like that was Steel Cutter's thing. With the stations, you could just blow them out, and it's also it's sorcery for them to be able to like not crew it or
Oh, is
whatever.
it?
But yeah, so you can just like, okay,
Ooh.
oh, I'm finally leveling it up. Zoink! No, you don't. Like, just, I don't know. I hope that the stations
Yeah,
are good, though, Ray. To be all fair, like, I hope that you tune up stations until your heart's content and you just start wrecking people with it. I hope that
I was
happens.
gonna say, because I have that one, the black green card that I wanted to play, and I'm like, well, if it reanimates a station for 5 mana, then I sit on it for a turn, just like any other like boss monster where you want to sit on it a turn. You know, when you untap with it, kind of like Vivi, when you untap with it, you have an explosive turn. I think if you can get a vehicle off through, or not a vehicle, a station with an untapped turn, you can put all the counters on it and get like a big boost, kind of like Vivi does, where it's like he hits for like 8 and then you generate a bunch of mana. This station could do something similarly powerful, and then you can pass it over to your opponent, kind of thing.
Vivi's so good.
But but I mean, even if I do play it and you take a turn off to blow it up, I'm like, technically I still have value because I have the warp cards that I was dealing with, but it's all situational because it's the deck that you're playing.
Yeah, I can see that. Does anyone else have any other hot takes they'd like to bring up before we head to the channel member Q&A?
I don't
I
know
don't know how hot
who
this
would
is.
be in disagreement or agreement with this, but you need combo decks in your format to have a balanced meta.
Agree.
I would say
Yeah.
yes, but not even so much for balancing reasons. I think more just for like everyone likes to play different decks, and I think that people like, for instance, like with Pioneer, like there's literally archetypes for everybody. Like if you like combo, mid range, control, aggro, like there's a deck that you can play. So I think like having combo decks in all formats, I think is good. Like to be honest, obviously there's a difference between like turn 3 combo killing people out of the game, but like if you're playing like a turn 5 combo, like that's totally fine. I think that's completely reasonable.
Yeah.
Even a turn 4, maybe in like a, you know, like you occasionally get like the turn 4, like, oh, I had a good hand or whatever, is totally fine as well.
I agree. So it takes a
sake
bunch
of
of
this-
setup, and you got to plan around it. And yes,
But I don't like turn 2 end step, mill myself, turn 3, play a 4/3 rat, and then just like win the game. That's stupid. I don't like that.
yeah.
As long as that combo deck isn't Nadu, I'm okay with
Nah, dude.
it.
Landed
The
with
problem with Nadu was so much more.
that was nuts. We didn't understand it be that good with Shuko. Like you probably didn't even realize it was a card. But anyways, so
Yeah.
I laughed though. There's a mutual friend that we have, that was like they should just ban Shuko, and I'm like, dude, they'll just play Lightning Greaves. Oh wait, that's in
Yeah.
Modern. Yup.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
why would you ban the potatoes and not the meat? Like you ban the fucking enabler, obviously.
Exactly.
God, that was a whole thing. Ugh.
Landon, I feel like there was something you were gonna say a minute ago.
Yeah, just a quick one. I don't know how controversial it is, but I think you should not buy a booster pack unless you're using it for limited.
So, if you're being smart,
singles.
yes. But if you're,
That's what I mean.
but I only buy singles. So yes, Commander players, go to your local game store every single Friday and just buy 2 booster boxes and trade in the singles. Please,
Yeah.
please do that for me.
Just keep doing that.
But no, of all seriousness, yeah, like
Or, well, just buy them and play limited, and then trade in the singles. That's what I'm saying.
what? Yeah, I think like that's definitely like theoretically if you're like getting the biggest bang out of your buck, you should only buy booster packs for drafting. Like absolutely. But there's not I love occasionally going to the store and hey, you know what? I'll buy a pack. I haven't bought a pack in a while, and I'll buy one and I'll open it up and I'll be like, oh great, this random mythic commander I'm never going to play, and then I move on with my life. But I mean, like, yes, like theoretically, you really should only open boosters if you're drafting. At least if you're, you know, unless you're like one of those whatnot streamers that just tries to like scam people.
Well,
Big
not a
scam.
whatnot streamer, but me personally is it's my form of gambling. So it's like I'll buy a pack every week when I go to F&M, and I call it the lottery pack. So I was like, yep, that's my entry to play Magic. So I'll crack it right there, and if I get something, win the lottery, you trade it in. You're like, cool, pay for my pack plus more, or it's something that you may want, and you're like, cool, I'll just keep that.
Honestly, the only
So out of
time
lottery packs.
the only time I ever like buy booster packs nowadays is like specifically like if I'm at my local game store and they maybe didn't have any singles I want, I'll be like, all right, I'll take 2 booster packs. Why not? Like that's honestly the only time I have not bought a single pack of Final Fantasy, and I think I opened 2 packs of Tarkir Dragonstorm. Like I just don't open packs. Like I buy singles like crazy, but I just don't open packs.
Yeah.
I
like
Also, in the
the-
context of limited, but limited's great.
I don't know. Limited's kind of limited, you know. All right,
It's there.
all right. So let's go and hop into the next one here. So this is just the channel member Q&A. So I've got it looks like 2 questions here. 2 questions. All right. So this first one is from Ralphie. Shout out Ralphie. What plane would you want to visit or live in if you were in the Magic multiverse?
Easy, Lorwyn.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Well,
I'm
hold
not
on.
saying-
Are you a human still? They're racist over there.
I'd probably go
Oh,
rabbit.
I
Are you
like-
still a human?
I'm
go like
assuming
this,
I'm
then.
still a human, yes.
You'd
But
go
if
what,
I'm not
Cody?
a
You don't want to be
human-
in Lorwyn, my friend.
Huh?
They'll kill you.
Well, I thought you said
I
what, Cody?
just like
Human
the
in sight.
aesthetic.
Yeah, Ravnica.
Ravnica? Okay.
I would
Yeah.
choose
I think it's good.
Kaladesh.
Kaladesh? Don't you mean
Kaladesh.
Avish card?
That was a good one.
No, I mean fucking Kaladesh.
No,
Like God intended.
So I have Kaladesh was my actual answer, and here's the reason I say this. So from a logistical standpoint, Ravnica is sweet, but like, dude, siege worms can just be popping out of the ground at any moment. Like, you could just get absolutely demolished by a siege worm or a ruination worm or a Lord of the Void just out of nowhere. I feel like Kaladesh is like the least amount of chance of like just dying to some gigantic creature that I had no control over, you know what I mean? I feel
So
like
you just randomly die to explosions from random adventures that are going wrong.
yeah, like really on Kaladesh, I just got to worry about like Chandra just like lighting stuff on fire and like the occasional like, you know, bad political stuff going on. That's all I got to deal with there. You know, I largely can just kind of live my life.
Fair.
But like obviously like if it was like cool, like I mean probably Muruganda. They just have giant creatures. Just awesome. Which not that we've seen a lot of
Kamigawa would be a good
Muruganda.
shout too, though.
I'd have to say
Kamigawa's
Ixalan,
probably-
but I don't know if I want to deal with vampires.
I say Kamigawa because it's technologically advanced and it's just I don't know, super beautiful.
I
But I
could
don't really know any lore, so
I couldn't do
Kamigawa's
Kamigawa
cool,
because
but-
Greasefang lives there, and I don't get along with Greasefang.
Greasefang rivalry.
Yeah, I would not like Greasefang. Like, trust
The
me.
cheesiest.
Yeah,
I know what you did in Pioneer.
yeah, Greasefang and I would not get along. Okay, so the next one I have here is from Crazy Flame. What is an underrated bomb or card that you don't see in the current metagame, but you would like to see play? I guess he didn't specify a format. We'll say standard. Just I know we kind of talked about this a little bit last week, but now that we've seen, you know, like a few weeks of this new format, is there a card that you're surprised is not seeing play in the format?
Botanical Brawler.
God, Brawler.
I don't know if there's one that I'm surprised isn't being played, but I really enjoy the new Elspeth, and I would like to see it played more.
New Elspeth is
play
like
it
Doesn't
more.
surprise
nuts.
me actually.
Yeah.
There was
Caretaker
a
Sphinx.
card. It's like it's an uncommon. It was a Sphinx. It was like a 5-mana 4/5 Sphinx. It had Ward 2 and flying. And then if you like surveilled or did something, you surveilled 2.
What?
I love that card in limited, and it's like just a 5-drop, really hard bomb to get rid of. And maybe it was a 3/5. I can't remember the name of it, but the card I drafted it every single time and never passed me.
You talking about Marauding Sphinx from Under Junction?
Oh, maybe yeah, Marauding Sphinx. Let me pull it up.
Running Raptor?
Raptor. Hardly know her.
Dinosaur player hears Marauding.
It's just marauding. I just start just getting so
triggers
happy.
his brain.
I would say. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, because it also has vigilance, so it's a good attacker. It's got flying, it's got evasion, it's got ward 2. And it's when you commit a crime, surveil 2. How easy is it to commit a crime?
I mean,
I'm like,
Pretty
we have
easy.
Ghost
How
Back.
easy is it to spend 5 mana on a 3/5 flyer? Not very
Yeah.
easy.
I'll
on
do
this
it.
format.
True, but it's also hard to get rid of. So you're like,
True.
well, harder to get rid of because you have to
Eldred's
pay
4
more.
mana.
But
I don't know.
that is true.
Make
wish
it
was-
happen,
wish
Ray.
it
That's
was-
all I
mean,
can
it's a
say. Make
limited
it
bomb,
happen.
for sure.
Hey,
Yeah, you play it.
I've tried.
So I would say for
I've
me,
tried it a couple times.
for me personally, I feel like with standard, a card that was like almost bannable, I've hardly seen any play is Atraxa. I have not been seeing like any Atraxa shenanigans, which honestly has been a good thing. It is rotating
Yeah,
soon.
she had her time. She had her time.
It's rotating soon, so I think that's why a lot of people they're not really interested in playing it right now. I think the other card, which you do see, just not like a crazy amount, is Zombify. Like I really thought Zombify was gonna like go nuts, and it's good.
Yeah, 4-mana reanimate.
Like it's good, but it's not like it's not as crazy as I thought it was gonna be.
I mean, I lost to Zombify Atraxa a couple days ago, so.
I mean, well, yeah,
Fair
but you
gamers
lose a
out there.
lot. I'm just kidding.
All right,
Holy
speak for yourself.
shit.
You didn't play Rest in Peace in your Goblin sideboard?
I do. I literally do.
Oh, then skill issue.
No, I don't. I wasn't playing goblins. I was playing something else.
You're
I
playing.
literally do.
That's probably why. That's why I lost.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, with standard, I haven't been playing a decent amount just because I've been so busy, but I don't see a lot of Zombify piles. I did see Cover Go Blue post this absolutely atrocious Zombify dinosaur list earlier. So it plays a bunch of like rummage spells that like make treasures, and then you like Zombify a Galta or a trumpeting or trumpeting Carnosaur, or a Tali from your graveyard, and you just like you can just theoretically win the game on turn 3, which is pretty funny. But like even the fair hands are just dumb. Like you Zombify back a Galta, put in like 2 Vaultborn Tyrants into play, draw a million cards. Like it's just stupid.
That's
Vomit.
the deck I lost to.
No, you're joking.
I'm not joking. But thing is, what I lost to was just Zombify Atraxa. I didn't lose to anything else other than that. So I don't know.
I was gonna say,
they
big dinosaur.
discarded a Galta, and I was like, what? And then they just zombified the Atraxa, and I was like,
Oh,
oh,
shit.
okay.
You should have taken a picture of it and been like, Eli, is this your second account?
No.
You'll never
Play a
catch
dinosaur.
You'll never catch me dead playing Atraxa Grand Unifier. If I ever am casting that card or putting it into play, like, call a doctor. Something is wrong.
You don't like cards?
No, I don't like cards that are
You
good.
don't like having cards?
I don't like playing
You don't
big
like putting-
creatures that draw me cards. Although I do like
Hey,
Ripjaw
there's a
Raptor.
dinosaur that does that, right?
Oh yeah,
The Vaultborn Tyrant.
it's too expensive.
I forgot. I forgot that was a card. I'm gonna cheat that into play with my reanimate spells.
Vaultborn Tyrant is
the
nuts.
The black. Yeah, I might cheat that into play. I'll mill that sucker over, and then I'll what is it? The Bloodheart engine.
Ooh.
You know, the artifact that surveils, or use the new creature, the 2/3, and go pay 5 mana, get it out, draw some cards, gain some life.
Heard you
That
wouldn't.
seems like a good thing.
No, Vaultborn Tyrant is really good. I don't own any in paper though because it's like a $30 card. So
Oh yeah, I don't know it in paper.
yeah, I will never buy that card in paper. It's way too expensive because it was only on the big score bonus sheet. So same problem with the Simulacrum synthesizer.
Yeah.
So, but okay, well, that's all I've got for the member Q&A. That was it. I just had those 2 questions. So I guess, does anyone else have any closing thoughts before we start the wrap up here? Or?
No?
Uh,
Not at all?
No.
I think I'm good.
I
I got
guess
some hot takes on this.
I guess mine is like, again, we largely agreed with a lot of things, but I think a lot of it just comes from the fact that like we all play generally the same formats. We've all played together multiple times, so like we roughly started playing about the same time. Obviously Ryan, started, way back in the day, but like we all enjoy the game a similar way, and we've all played competitive Magic, and we've all done pretty good at some at competitive events, and I feel like we've all had the same experience, so it kind of makes sense why we generally have the same opinions. I guarantee though, a lot of people watching this probably disagree with a lot of the things we said. Which
Guaranteed.
if you do disagree with some of the things we said, which I guarantee some of you absolutely agreed. There's probably about
And you're
50%
wrong
of you.
and stupid.
Yeah, 50% of you probably disagreed with every single thing that we said in this video.
And you're wrong.
Yes. So, oh my, okay.
Put your wrong ideas in the comments.
Yes. So do that, but there's totally one that I did not mention that we have to talk about. So this'll be the last true thing. So there is a specific Magic YouTuber that I communicate with frequently, and this is a discussion that we had recently. What is more important in Magic, luck or skill?
I mean, skill to a certain point, and then luck.
I'm all for luck.
Luck matters more in a vacuum.
I think this is my opinion on it, is it's like you hit a certain point where the luck does matter more, but like,
yeah,
it's more just like until what point? Like, I guess like skill matters more, but then like once you hit that like PTQ level grinder, then the luck is more important than the skill. But like you still need to be good at Magic. Like theoretically, luck can 100% carry you, but like the skill is like the more consistent thing measured that would, you know, make it more important. But yeah, like you hit, like we're all at that point in the game where we play Magic, where like luck is way more important to us when we go to FNM, because anybody in this group can win an FNM or win a PTQ on any given day. Like maybe not me, but with my dinosaurs, but everyone else can do that feasibly, and you need that luck to do it. But it's the combination of that skill and luck that really makes you a good Magic player.
Yeah, I think the correct answer is if you're at FNM and you're playing, the skill gap. When the gap is much larger, the skill is much more important. But when you move up and up and up to the higher echelons of the competitive Magic scene, luck becomes the more important thing.
Yeah.
So the answer is both.
Yep.
So yeah, Hunter, do you have any other thoughts on that, or?
No. I mean, I'm pretty much in agreement. It matters more where it's supposed to matter, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Like in that sense.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we'd all have the same opinion on that, but it seems like we all generally do. So that was the last one that I remembered that I had to bring up. At least in the case of this one, it was person I was talking to was largely saying that it's like all luck, pretty much no matter what, was from really what I was understanding, at least from the conversation we had, which, again, I think you hit that level where the skill is still important, but the luck is definitely the bigger factor. Because, like, the people that, you know, like, do well at, like, really big competitive events, like, obviously they need to be very lucky, but, you know, they're usually very good players for the most part. Like, obviously you have, like, you know, your LSVs that are always doing well at, you know, comp events, and you get those, you know, those one-hit wonder people that, you know, maybe, you know, they're pretty good at the game, but they just, like, lightning in a bottle, got really lucky a few games or whatever, and, you know, were able to make it that far. But yeah, that was at least the last one I had to bring up. So yeah, that's everything I've got, at least for this one. I'd like to thank everybody for joining in this one. I feel like this was a fun episode, but I almost wish that we would have disagreed more, but it's hard to find that with us. Like, we all have the same opinions. So hey, maybe the next time we do this, like, I know a lot of different people, maybe I can find some people that are going to disagree with our takes, and then maybe we could really get some, you know, some spicy discussions going.
We're just too smart and right,
We're just too smart and right.
Here's what we have to do.
I mean, if you guys really want to do this to yourselves, you could just invite Jerry to a single podcast, and I can just argue with him for 2.5 hours.
I wouldn't need you to say anything. I just click record when you need to do.
Yeah, dude, I'll find something. Don't you fucking worry.
Next episode is political hot takes, and then we'll start disagreeing.
There we go.
I'm gonna say I don't talk political, so I'll pass on that one.
That is a joke.
We should talk. Honestly, the next episode though should be like commander politics. That honestly could be a topic for a future episode.
It could. I can get behind commander politics, especially when it's party time for me, and I'm just like, "What do you want to do? All right, do the best thing you can."
Right. So Hearthstone. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh God.
But all right, well, that's all I've got for everyone in this episode. Huge shout out to, well, everyone that was in this podcast, obviously. Cody, Landon, Ray, and Hunter, thanks so much for joining. Ryan did not join us on this episode, which I think might even be the first one that he was not a part of, so we'll have to give him a little bit of crap for not joining on this one. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. This is the 6th episode of the podcast, so if you haven't checked out the other ones, go ahead and check out those other ones. They're really, really good. We've talked about a lot of different things. We've been doing the podcast really, it feels like every few months, but I feel like we've been a little bit better with it as of late. But anyways, huge shout out to all of our channel members that help make this possible. If you are interested in being a channel member, it starts at $1 a month, and you can access the exclusive Commander Crane Discord, where guess what? You can have your questions answered on the podcast. So a little bit of motivation for that. But yeah, that's all I've got for you. I'm Commander Crane, and I'm again joined with Hunter, Ray, Landon, and Cody with this podcast. Thanks so much for watching, and we hope to catch you in the next one.